Yes, we are back again in Train Sim, back again for another look at a new line. That started well, didn't it? Back again for a look at another new line. That's what I meant to say. This time it's the Tohoku High Speed Rail and Main Line. Probably pronouncing that completely wrong. I've not been on it before. As you can see, there are a number of the scenarios to do on it, and we are going to start with number one because that's a very good place to start. If you're watching this on the YouTubes and you're new to my content, then hello. I'm waving again. Why have I need to stop doing the waving thing? This going out on the Railway Wednesday because it's a thing. A day of the week that I normally stream Train Sim over on Twitch. As well, this one not being streamed on a Wednesday. Other content for me though on the YouTubes is some OMSI on a Monday, something on a Friday. One of the other streams in a week will go out on a Friday, and if I get something new to look at, that goes out on a Sunday. So plenty of content from me. There'll be some links in the doobly-doo below. One to where you can get this line for Train Sim, one to the Twitch page where you can watch me live doing this madness 6 days of the week. I know. And one to the Discord server, which is full of ignorant people. So yes, good morning to the aerial aviator tomorrow. Tomorrow is flight, and to Crispy. So yes, Tohoku High Speed Rail and Main Line. Going to start with the first one because it's in the E5, because I know what that is. Then we'll do the second one because it's in the JRE 701. And then we'll probably end up doing the third one. Probably won't have time for the fourth one, but we'll see how we go. Word on the street is scenario 2 is the broken one. In that case, we'll skip scenario 2. We'll maybe do 1, 3, possibly 4 then. We'll see how we go time-wise. Remind me someone when I've done the first one to not do the second one. We'll click on the starty thing then and see what happens. Oh, look at that. Oh, doesn't that look nice? That's proper. That's proper train. Right there. Why have I got that? Why haven't I got that? Oh, there's a view. Hang on. Welcome to the Tohoku HSR. Today you'll drive the E5 series high-speed Emu, heading north towards Morioka. You'll be passing 6 stations before arriving Morioka station. Now press T to open the doors. I'm not going to press T. I'm going to press that. That one. There's a. What's going on there? Wow. Okay, that's there aren't any words to they just aren't any words. That's going to have to be my thumbnail, isn't it? Because that's just, well. That's, yeah. It's definitely a thing. We got an inside view. All we have. Right, okay. So where are we going with the... So we're going via Sendai, go via Furukawa. Oh, I'm going to muck this up, and go via Furukawa, go via Ichinoseki, 80 of the kilometers away, go via Kitakami, 123 kilometers away, and pick up people from Morioka. That's quite a lengthy of the journeys as the journey times go then. So we've got to wait for people. It's like some kitchen worktop they've stuck on here. But okay, better to put into forward, I suppose. I'm guessing we're ready to go. Yeah, go via Fuki What's It. Okay. Brakes released. Well, we're moving. It's definitely pointy. It's an interesting view. It feels like I'm sat in a, well, I suppose it is a sports car of the train type variety thing. Let's give it some more of the beans. So 80 of the kilometers an hour. That's definitely, yeah, it's, there are literally no words to describe how this thing looks. But it's form over function. Or is it function over form? So if you get our Concorde, yeah, it's true, I suppose. Right, so speed limit's about to increase up to 160. From, it's definitely weird. But I suppose it's got to be to pierce its way through the... It's quite phallic, isn't it? Right, 160 now is the limit. That's all I can hear in here is the air conditioning. Right, speed increasing. Guessing I've got to go all of the beans to get it to go to... Don't know why I have a frog in my throat. I was perfectly fine until I sat down here. It's to reduce tunnel boom. Oh yeah, it's push the air around. Okay. It's... Oh wow, that's quite quick. Let's bring the speed down. What's the actual high speed of this then? Are we actually... Oh, I'm guessing we'll get to do it at some point. What's that say? 320 on there? So twice this speed. Oh yeah, we have a 320 coming up. That's going to be pretty rapid. And we haven't got to stop for... Oh, we haven't got to stop. We got to go via in 34 kilometers. Okay, a bit more of the speed. And the quickest train I've been on is a HST. I haven't been on anything quicker than that. Right, bring the speed back down. Oh, we're facing backwards. That's not good, is it? Oh yeah, let's just hope the brakes are good. Well, I should imagine we'll slow down before we actually have to stop. We are heading off into the distance because, well, if we weren't, then we wouldn't be. Come on, 320. See, that doesn't feel that fast. Right, here we go then, 320. Let's give it all of the beans and see if we can get it up to that. What's the speed of the Faversham high speed one? That's quite quick, because that goes into kilometers an hour at one point, doesn't it? That's quite rapid. Is it quicker than this, or is it slower than this? Power. All of the powers. Slower, okay. Yeah, it's... Okay, what? I'll say it's... That's a view. So this is quite rapid then in comparison to that. Tunnel. So we're going uphill, still accelerating. Yeah, this isn't going to take long to cover that distance, is it? Look at this, the kilometers are just literally falling off. Yeah, this is where the bulbous nose would have an effect, wouldn't it? It'd be like why ships have got that bulbous nose under the water. Okay, that's 320. I'll bet let's do the slowing down thing. There you go, 320. Just kind of get the speed right now. Okay, try on fire. Not slowing up. Okay, that one then. P4. I've never watched Phineas and Ferb, so I wouldn't know. There's a bit of a distant horn there. But blimey, yeah, it's definitely quick. You can see why this is quicker than getting a plane between two of these major cities. If it's doing these speeds all the way, and we are knocking off some kilometers quite quickly. Bloody hell. Yeah, you hear the horn and the train's gone. That is quite impressive as speed goes. Yeah, we are. Hi, Critvid. Yeah, initially I was thinking, okay, this may not be good, but I'm actually quite liking this already. Let's give it a bit of extra beans. So we got to go via Furukawa in 12 kilometers now, then via Ichinoseki, then go via Kitakami, probably pronouncing this. That's 96 kilometers away. I was thinking that's going to take a while. It's not. And then stop at Morioka in 143k. But look at the speed that those kilometers are coming down. Although they're in k's, because that's, it's not a real measurement of distance. But it's like, wow, that's impressive. It's definitely impressive. Yeah, if you're new to the streams, by the way, then Train Sim's something I normally do on a Wednesday evening, a Railway Wednesday. I'm doing this as an extra stream because I've basically got so much content that I want to do that I thought I'd do an extra one. There may well be some more Train Sim on Monday lunchtime as well. Tonight, though, back with some American trucking. Tomorrow lunchtime, some flight in MSFS. Tomorrow night, farming. And then, say, Monday lunchtime, probably more Train Sim. Either be Train Sim or Train Sim. Might do some Train Sim. I've done quite a lot of Train Sim World 2 recently. Shame we're facing the wrong way. But that is quite impressive. As speed goes, I imagine. Thing is, do I? Should we risk the points? I'm not going to get any points anyway. Should we just see how quick it will go? We're going to be in a minus anyway, aren't we? Or will it actually limit it to 320? Let's have a look. I don't know. It might actually be limiting itself. Oh, no, it might be speed limited. Look, 321, and then it backs off. It's applying the brakes itself. Damn it. Okay, I'm losing points here. Let's just slow it down myself then. Yeah, I'm still losing the points. I better slow it down myself. I got a timeliness penalty. The train is too smart. It's too quick for me. Right, so 39 kilometers to Ichinoseki. Oh, I always forget which bloody one it is. No. Wow. Yeah, I'm impressed with this. Thing is, we're going to do the little commuter train after this. It's going to be so slow. There's a link to the route, by the way. Say if you're watching this on YouTube, below the thing, I'll link the route. For those watching live, !route. As in route, not route, as in Groot. We'll link it. Not sure how much it is because I did get given it to review. But already quite liking it. Is it on bridges all the way? A lot of them are, actually, to keep the ground flat. So bridges and tunnels. Because you want to be as flat and as straight as you can, really. As in flute Groot. Groot's flute. We can't talk about Groot's flute. This is the PG stream. It'll be a twig, surely. Because, you know, Groot. I've never... Well, obviously I haven't driven a train this fast in Train Sim, but blimey. Never driven anything that's just getting rid of the kilometres as quickly as this. Well, yeah, literally, I fired this route up for the first time at the beginning of the stream. You'd think something that long would be like, yeah, it's going to take a while. No. Yeah, it is just applying the brakes. Well, it's not doing me for speeding now, although I'm doing 321. So speed's holding quite nicely. Braking this thing to a stop is going to be interesting, I think, when we have to get to it. But we've still got 115 k's to go, which ain't going to take that long. Well, it's supposed to be, what, a 45-minute scenario? We must get to a slower section at some point, because we can't go hanking into that place at this speed. We haven't passed any... Actually, no. It did say a couple of stations. So there's not like we've gone whizzing through stations, have we? There's been, what, 2? 1. Oh, here's one. Okay. I'll say, there hasn't been that many stations you've actually gone straight through. So when we do the stopping service, even those, there's going to be a bit of a distance between the stations. So surely the stopping service then will be slowing up these things, because you couldn't have... It's not 3 tracks, it's 2 tracks. So it's not like we've got a slow and an up slow, an up fast, a down slow and a down fast. We've not. We've got 2 tracks. So the slow train is going to be in front of this thing, unless it's just timetabled really well so it gets out of the way. Hi Darko. So that's going to be interesting. It's running on the same line as this. You think it's a separate route? Oh, it's not running on the same tracks? Oh, okay. Because that would be some really good timetabling if it was running on the same tracks. So there must be straight through services and like stopping services on this end, because that train back there was stopped at the platform. Hi Blinky. We never actually did a full... Well, we won't do actually on this scenario, will we? So it's not like we're doing a stop to 320. Be interesting to see how quick it is at accelerating. It was okay up to about 250 and then started to slow down a bit. So what's that speed-wise? 100 kilometers an hour is 60 miles an hour, so that's 180 would be 300 kilometers an hour, so about 186 miles an hour, something like that. 190 at a push. That is pretty rapid. So 9 kilometers till our next go via. It's still a case of having to manage the speed, 198.8. That is pretty quick. You wouldn't want a sheep wandering on the line, or wandering, as you've just put. If I was a sheep, I'd wonder. I'll just stand on the line, wondering about my existence in life. Yeah, curious sheep. It's like, I wonder if I'll survive this train coming to... Oh. It would soon be an ex-sheep, wouldn't it? It'd explode. There would be sheep everywhere. Right, so here's our next go via. It would be minced, actually it would be liquidized sheep. You didn't get a chance to peel it first. Ah, see, that's got a slow, look. So whether it is the same line. Right, another go via in 42 kilometers. That's how sheep reproduce in Japan. The parts grow into new sheep like worms. Sheep shake. It's very quiet in here. Oh, I've done the slowing down thing, that's right. It's quite a simple line, isn't it? There's not really a lot going on. Like the fact we are just heading towards... I'm guessing there's going to be a tunnely type thing. So going over the mountains wouldn't really be an option. A bridge, then a tunnel. Sounds like a dog barking. Just very slowly and very quietly. Cheap sheep shake. That's a word. Liquidized sheep. Anybody? Why is the brake gauge going mental? It's I think that's what the noise is. It's applying the brake to keep us at 320. So it's self-regulating its own speed. So it won't let me speed. Despite the fact of me trying. So we got Kitakami main down in 31 kilometers. And then Morioka is now rapidly approaching in 78 kilometers. Where we got to try and stop it. Thankfully we got a bit of distance between there and there to get us down speed-wise. But yeah, liking this, alright. There's quite a few different scenarios. Say apparently the second one is broken, which I'll probably forget about when I've done the first one. And yeah, I'm intrigued to try the other trains. We'll do that after this route. As in route, not route. So I like the fact that we're sat on the English side of the train as well. not like the Americans. Imagine the engineering that goes into this. You know, I'm not going to get into the whole having to, you know, take farmers' fields and property and stuff like that. But the engineering aspect of sort of doing this sort of line is incredible. Which is why I think these high-speed rail networks are improving, because it's quicker and cheaper to travel between major cities like this by train than you can by plane. You haven't got to travel to an airport out of town. You haven't got to be there like 2 hours before. You know, you wander up, get on the train. You can wander around when you're on the train, visit the toilet, visit the restaurant. You haven't got to be seat belted in. And you're there quicker, and generally, you know, you'll arrive in the centre of the city you want to go to, and you just wander off the train. Right, 19k to Kitakami Main Down. I'm liking the fact that there's quite a lot of the high speed. I was thinking that our speed would be regulated like up and down, but it's literally just been a flat out run from like not far outside that first station. So here's another station. I wonder if we do go. I'm intrigued now with the slow train as to whether it is on this route or is on another part of the same route. So if it does travel on the high speed lines, I haven't seen another one. The only trains I've seen have been these. So it does point towards that the slow stuff doesn't run on here, which would make sense. But if that's the case, then more track, which is good. It's definitely an ugly bloody thing, though, isn't it? Yeah, the brake's going between graduated self-lap and release. It's just controlling it itself. I wonder if it will actually... So when the speed limit reduces, I wonder if the train will then actually brake down to the speed that we need to slow down to. I think I might leave that as an experiment to see if it does, because also we're not going to be approaching our final destination at 320 kilometers an hour. Because that would be some really rapid braking at the end. So at some point the speed is going to reduce, the line speed's going to reduce. So we'll see, we'll leave it as a test if the train will slow it down. I'll lose some points because of it, but you know, me and points don't really go well together anyway. Just turn the voice recognition to see if it brakes. Brake, 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 brake. That worked so well in trucking yesterday. More trucking tonight, by the way. Back in America, starting in Los Angeles, heading north in the international 9900. So tomorrow lunchtime, then some flight in America again, in the MSFS, and then tomorrow night some farming in America in Goldcrest. And then at the moment possibly some train sim on Monday lunchtime. Right, we're only 2.5 kilometers from Kitakami Main Down. But that's a go via, because there's no way this thing would stop in 2k anyway. But it hasn't actually felt like that long a run. Was it 140 kilometers? Yeah, so that's got a slow line. So we've got 2 fast and 2 slows. That's quite horny. Okay, so we've got to stop in 46k. The thing is, by the time you heard the horn, you'd see the train. It's not one of those where you can, you know, do like you used to. If you want to go on across a train crossing, you can hear like on the tracks, can't you? If a train's coming. This thing, you've got no hope. I don't think they'd have any vehicle crossings or anything on this. Imagine hitting a car at these sort of speeds. Bad enough with liquidized sheep. Would it be gone? Right, so we'll see if it automatically brakes itself when the speed limit reduces, and then we're going to have to see what the speed reduction is like. So we're due in 9:24. Our ETA is 9:19. Currently running 5 minutes ahead of time. How the hell? We've been doing the speed limit. How can we be ahead of time? Right, uphill now. So our speed's going to drop. I'm going to leave it where it is, because when we get to the top, it will just accelerate again. Hi, Aaron. Yeah, well, I should imagine it takes that long, Ratchet, to slow it down comfortably. So you probably could slam the brakes on and stop quicker, but for passenger comfort, they probably have to slow down a lot sooner. Otherwise, you know, coming to a quick stop from these sorts of speeds to keep passengers happy, yeah, you'd have to do it really gently. So yeah, so it is maintaining speed itself, sort of hovering between 320 and 321. So I'm just keeping the speed on notch 6. And we're 34k away. It's definitely quick. I didn't think I'd enjoy it, but it's so quick that the journey isn't taking too long. So we'll do the other train after we've reached the end, which is more of like a small commuter type train. And 29 kilometers to go. It's very basic, but I suppose what more do you need? It's functional. Big red button over there. It's emergency brake. And that's about all we've got. There's not a lot else going on here. And 26k to go. That's a lot of real estate, isn't it? Taken up by the driver's cab and the nose. So the driver gets in there, you got a long walk down to your seat. You see that behind? Oh yeah, I suppose it is. Probably got your own toilet and stuff back here. Yeah, it is a long walk down. Looks like Trent's old tractor, yeah. The stupid nose. Press 8. Well, that did a thing. Yeah, it's pretty rapid. Blimey, okay, I've only got 19k to go now. I'm already starting to panic about the whole braking and slowing down thing. I am going to see if it'll do it itself, because at some point there will be a reduction in the line speed. I'm just intrigued to see if it will just slow down itself. So I'm going to lose points because of that. I would imagine at least it's going to be 10k out. Well, that was supposed to be HS3, wasn't it? Problem is we got a lot more stuff in the way here in the UK than they have out in the Far East. I think they've got a lot more money as well. Right, come on, we're waiting for this reduced track speed now. We're only 13 kilometers away. Okay, that was a... Why did we get a bing bong? Ah, now that's changed. That view up there has changed, look. That's changed to 160. So that knows what's coming up. So that's probably pre-warning me, look. We got a 160 coming up. So I'm just going to keep going flat out and see what happens. So we should see it down here hopefully soon. We're only 9k away now. Hi, Daz. I'm getting nervous. I'm definitely getting nervous. Oh no, it's slowing down. I haven't touched a thing. It's slowing down. We're still in P6. It's slowing down itself. Okay, that's impressive. I like that. Whether it'll slow down enough, I don't think we'll be at 160 by the time we get there. So I think there's going to be some speeding involved. Or will it time it absolutely perfectly? Oh, wow. Okay, that was impressive. And now it'll maintain 160. Well, it's bouncing off that because it's trying to slow it down. Okay, I'm going to bring the speed back. Okay, yeah, I like that. Right, so 161, 3k to go. We're still coming in at 160. I think I need to get on the brakes. Yeah, because we've got an 80. I don't know if it would have slowed it down. But I'm just going to get on the brakes now. It's always good when the train's better than the driver. Yeah, it's not difficult really, is it? Okay, I'm definitely getting nervous about the braking. Okay, perhaps I didn't need to be. It'd be interesting to see if it would have slowed me down to 80. I bet it wouldn't have stopped me though. Yeah, that was the original plan for the Eurotunnel. That's why Stratford International was called Stratford International. That was going to be a hub. Right, so okay, that's covered that distance really, really well. Well, obviously quickly, but that was quite enjoyable doing that high speed. I didn't think I'd enjoy that as much, but that was quite cool. Right, we'll slow it down. So we can come into the station. Where we are actually 6 minutes early. That probably wouldn't be allowed, would it? They'd probably get the sack for being too early. I don't know how we're too early, because it was regulating the speed. How have you allowed me to be early, train? I hope it's not going to sit me here now for 5 minutes because I'm early. It probably will, wouldn't it? Okay, let's bring it to a stop. Oh, that was actually... That was... Okay, well, the driver can't get out, but apart from the first passengers can't get out. Apart from that, that was actually quite good. Doors aren't opening. But yeah, that's an ugly train. Oh, it doesn't look... Well, I don't know. Is it going to keep me here for 5 minutes? I don't think it will. That's not going to be 5 minutes, is it? No. Yeah, that was cool. Surprisingly quick. Well, I keep saying surprisingly quick at covering the distance. Of course it was quick at covering the distance. It didn't feel... Oh, there's some like trains putting out there. You can see the shadows up on the wall. Or is he coming in? I think he's coming in. Welcome to Morioka. Morioka is the capital city of Iwate Prefecture. Morioka is famous for local noodles such as yayamen, ramen and wanko soba. That was an unfortunate name. A type of rice cracker. Nambu senbi is also considered a local speciality. Okay, that was cool. We actually made some points. Look, we scored 926 of the points. Yeah, I know, I probably pronounced that completely wrong. Okay, so that was the high-speed train. Let's go and do the slower speed one. If I can find the line. Lots of scrolling. Tohoku High Speed. So that's one we've just done, is that one. Apparently the second one's broken. So we'll do this one. Summer Vibe. Nope, we'll do the other one. In the JRE. In the summer sun, like a big fireball, hot people, nowhere to dodge, early in the morning. That's a word. Stop at all stations, pick up passenger. Okay, the 701 series, Emu. Wanko what? It's a speciality in that area, apparently. Okay. Open the doors. That's... it doesn't look... I could be wrong. But it doesn't look as rapid. It definitely doesn't look as rapid as the other one did. What have we got here? Headlight switch. Is that on now? Oh, no. Okay, that's not the one then. Headlight dimmer. Cab light. Okay, we've only got... We can only turn the lights on red at the front. That's useful. Oh, there we go. We got some yellow ones. Japan's version of a pacer. What the... Wow. Anyone got any spare eardrums? That's a noise. Right. Okay, so where are we going? Anyway, so we're stopping here at Morioka, then Senbuku, that's a place. Iwate, Yahaba, Furodate, Shiwachuo. I'm completely mispronouncing all of these, I get. Hizumi, Ishidoria. Okay. Hanamaki Airport, or an airport. Hanamaki, Murasakino, and Kitakami. It's like a steam whistle. Why have you got a steam whistle on an electric train? Well, just waiting for the non-existent passengers. Oh, there are some. It's very tiny, isn't it? It's like we've gone from that high-speed thing to a 2-car. I'm definitely intrigued to see if it does go on the same high-speed rail. They allow them a long time to get on. Well, actually, it can't be, because we're not on the same track, are we? But this won't do 320. Well, we've got a line speed of 100 down here. Don't know why we've got the emergency brake on. Any time today, passengers, you just, take your time getting on board the train. We're not like we've got a timetable to keep to or anything. That's right, we got that buzz. Okay, Senbukucho, platform 1. That was a noise. Okay. Oh. That's interesting. That's a... Yeah, that's an interesting noise. Okay, a 45 limit. Ah, so up there, look, it looks like it's the high-speed rail. Yeah, that's the high-speed rail. So we're not running on the same line, which is good with these sorts of speeds. What's all this business up here? Why have we got the thing on top of the thing? Well, it could be the speedy thing again. Yeah, I don't know what the gauge is. Looks similar. Yeah, definitely not quite high speedy, is it? Right, first station coming up. Senbukocho. This place. The Sem place. Oh, I'm liking this. It's got a really nice... I like the older trains anyway. But yeah, I'm liking this. So we are due at 6:41. Our ETA is 6:42. So it's narrow gauge, same as you got in Perth. Oh, okay. So not 4 foot... Was it 4 foot 8 3/4? Something like that, isn't it? The UK gauge? 4 foot 9 3/4? Something like that, isn't it? Which is the same height as Nico. Okay, we'll try and work out the brakes. Okay, yeah, so brakes are quite good. And quite squeaky. Why did only the rear ones open? It's not like I'm near the end of the track or something. It's not very busy on here, is it? Everyone's on the high speed line, that's what it is. Right, Iwate Ryoka. That actor bloke. Right, let's give it the beans, see what this thing does. Yeah, I think I did overrun slightly. That sounds quite impressive, though. Ray Liotta was the guy I was thinking of. I was attempting something. Iwate Ryoka, Ray's brother. Operational error? What operational error? Hang on, it's fining me for not horning. Oh, Jesus. Oh, this isn't going to end well then, is it? No one told me how to do this sort of responsibility. I have to remember to be horny. It's on the calendar and everything. So I've got to concentrate on the speed and look out for the horn signs. Somewhere down here. Aha, see, you didn't catch me out then, did you? Okay, right, got to do the slowing down thing now as well. It's a simulation. I actually quite like the fact that you get penalised for not doing the horn. Right, slow it down. So we've got the high-speed line running above us, the one we were just on. Right, in we come to our second stop. Another train going the other way. Braking. We'll stay in the yellow boxy thing, see if they'll open this time. Yes, they do. That's definitely quite loud. That's some impressive hornage. Quite like the electricity buzz you're hearing as well. So, I've got a shelf, put my sandwiches on. Right. Yahaba, 4.53 of the kilometres. See, I quite like that traction motor noise. Yeah, I'm liking this DLC. Quite interesting to put a different train on that high-speed run. Stick a HST on there, see how it does. It actually accelerates okay. Imagine a pacer. What, on the high-speed run? Jesus Christ, that would end badly, wouldn't it? It'd take like 4 hours to do that journey. Yeah, I'm definitely liking this. I've done a lot of electric trains over the last few weeks. I've actually quite enjoyed. Perhaps I'm being converted to the joys of electricity. I'm being modernised. Right, 2 kilometres to Yahaba. Yeah, I didn't like him. We're running alongside the high-speed route. Not sure what's going on with this though. 140. Is that our current speed? That's the maximum speed. So 0, 70, 140. Is it actually slowing down as I slow down? Yeah. Right, and we come to Yahaba. Okay, level crossing barriers don't seem to be going down. Right, we've got to try and stop on the yellow marquee thing as well. A narrow platform there, isn't it? Fat people have fall off. Who's Mark? The guy that was driving the train before me. Again, nobody getting on. Nobody getting off. So not the most popular of services, and we're literally right underneath the high-speed line. It's very chirpy. Until he keeps pressing that doorbell. Always a person. Hello? Are you oh, she just vanished. So what's that thing then? Is that a ticket machine? I wonder if the driver has to get up and sell tickets. And that's where he stands and you buy a ticket on the train. I don't know. Buy a ticket on the train. Or is there room for a guard or something? Oh, another ding dong. Okay. Furudate is next. Oh, I do like that audio. That's quite nice. So 3.6 kilometers to the next place. Give it the beans. Seen a couple of other trains going the other way. It'd be quite nice to, like if you're in a platform, to hear a high-speed one go past.
Oh, yeah.
I'm guessing Riley is what you're going for there, but you seem to have had a couple of keyboard issues. Thanks for the follow. Oh, I didn't horn. I was reading who followed. You made me not horn. I overhorned on that one to make up for it. Right, 2 kilometers to go to the foot of that day. That's a view. Oh, okay. Oh, a cute little train. Right, 1.75 kilometers. Oh, got some double hornage coming up down here. Twice the horn. Sounds like bull. Ah. Or before the, you know, the accident. More hornage. It's quite cool. I still don't know why I've got multicoloured water. So we were due here at 6:54. Our ETA is 6:55, so we're running a minute behind at the moment, which is fine. If I'd have slowed down a bit later, we'd have probably caught up some of that time, but yeah, we're okay. So I'm guessing there are key stations along here where they're both linked, so you can get off the slow one onto the fast one at a couple of points. I'm liking this, and I'm liking there's been a lot of new content out recently for both Train Sim and Train Sim World 2, which is really good. Well, that's watery. Tonight, don't forget, back with some trucking in America, driving the new International 9900 E. Tomorrow lunchtime, flight. A flight in America in the little caravan. And tomorrow night, some more farming. Because it's Easter weekend, some additional streams, including an extra one on Monday, which may be some more Train Sim. Right, Shiwachu in 2.93 of the kilometres. Yeah, a 9,900i. A truck that I already don't like. So it's going to go well tonight. So we've got Shiwachu, Izumi, Ishidoriya, Hanamaki Airport, Hanamaki, Murasakino, and Kitakami. Oh, now we are speeding. There is some speeding going on. Speeding is happening. We're going to end up in a minus at the points, which is not surprising really for me. Did I miss a horny? I can't remember seeing a horny section along there. See the high-speed line's right down with us now. It'd be quite cool to see one go past. Yeah, I'm liking this. So is this a joint... No, it's not. But it might be one where you could get off one and get on the other. So if you wanted to get the high-speed one but you live near this one, you've got to get this train to a station that links with the high-speed one and then get on the high-speed one, despite the fact that you're right next to the high-speed one. Oh, that was squeaky. Let's open the doors. The doors are now opening. It feels strange doing this on a Saturday. A, it doesn't feel like a Saturday, it feels like a Sunday, because yesterday felt like a Saturday. But the fact that I normally do train sim on a Wednesday night, I am really confused today. Yeah, I woke up thinking it was Sunday. Because yesterday just felt like a Saturday. I did all the jobs I normally do on a Saturday yesterday. Well, yeah, I know that's how railways work, but it's annoying, isn't it? If you live near the high-speed line that goes past you, the fact you've got to travel on the slow speed, certainly if you were going, I don't know, if your closest connection point was, say, east of where you lived, but you had to go west, so you're going away from your house in one direction to get on a high-speed train to then come back past your house again. That would be frustrating. Oh, I walked out earlier just wearing a t-shirt and a hoodie, and took my hoodie off when I walked back. And that was at 8:30 this morning. Right, horny point coming up. Just to make sure. No, strimmer and lawnmower are arriving today, so that's going to be my tomorrow morning job. Is lawnmowering and ring. I did dare to go outside. I got given an Easter egg as well, so I had to carry back with me. I wasn't amused. Did I do a 12? I got told it looked very colourful. My t-shirt's got multicoloured stripes on it, and an orange super dry hoodie on, and the trainers that were in the picture. I got told it looked very colourful. Right, another stop done. Ishidoriya in longer distance now, 5.35 of the kilometres. Oh, I'm definitely liking this audio. So what do we got? Ishidoriya, Hanamaki Airport, Hanamaki, Murasakino, and Kitakami. Did I go out without pants again? I knew I forgot something. I thought it was a bit drafty. Oh, only just spotted that in time. I don't know how far in advance of the actual horny symbol I've got to be horny. I think it's this trigger here. I think as long as I'm horny after the trigger, I'm fine. Yeah, this one hasn't got one. It's there. Okay. So that theory didn't work then, did it? I'll just be horny somewhere near the horny. Right, so 2.92 kilometers to go to Ishidoriya. Oh, there's a view from inside a bush. It's like a steam whistle. It just doesn't. It's not in keeping with the train, unless it's a historic thing. It just feels a bit strange. Right, 1.5k to the next stop. And some more horniness coming up. A little bit on the brakes. Why we have to... It's just a bridge. I don't know why you've got to be horny over a bridge. That just seems a bit odd. Level crossing I can understand, but a bridge? Sheep crossing. Could be. All the sheep running scared off the high-speed line. Ah, where is the high-speed line then? I'm guessing we've gone away from it now. I didn't actually see it split off. I'm guessing we'll hook back up with it again at some point. There's very noisy birds around here, isn't they? I walked past some geese this morning when I went out. God, they're loud. This is goose mating season or something. They were having a right old... whatever noise gooses make. Honk. The gooses honk. Hanamaki Airport, Platform 1 in 5.68 of the kilometres. Speed limit because I got a stopwatch there. Blimey. That's because these things run like within seconds, don't they, as far as their time is concerned. It's not like us. I think we only class a train as being late when it's, what, 10 minutes late or something? No, that's 10 minutes late. Right, horny section. Nope, not there. Up here. It is, we've got to do the horn for going over a bridge. That's just really weird. Well, I wonder if we see any planes. Keep the eye out for the high-speed line as well. Oh, only just. You'd have thought the train station would be a place a high-speed line would stop at, wouldn't you? Because that would be like a hub where you'd want to land by plane and then take the train to your onward destination. Unless they purposely didn't have it go there because they want people to go by train. I'm doing good today. If you don't sound the horn, you lose points. And I'm only on 158 points because I failed to sound the horn a couple of times. Right, Hanamaki Airport. Will there be any planes modelled? Can't see any. It's like an industrial estate, I suppose, is the thing around most airports. Yeah. I should imagine over this side. Definitely squeaky. No planes. 7 o'clock in the morning, you'd think there'd be some, wouldn't you? Okay. So they're classing that as the airport? Surely that's not the runway. Yeah, there's not a lot else around. Okay. Right then, off to the next stop. Wasn't very airporty, was it? Okay, Hanamaki. Could be a disused airport, I suppose. So Hanamaki is next. Then we've only got Morosakino and Kitakami. So it's been an hour-long scenario. So in theory, this should take another 40 minutes yet. It ain't going to take us 40 minutes, is it, to do 18 kilometres? Hang on. So 6:39. We've been going 35 minutes. 7:28. Is that right? That's not an hour, is it? 6:39, 7:28. Oh, okay, so it's just near the airport. Oh, okay. That's probably the closest train station to the airport. That's a hell of a bridge. Okay, still a good line though. I'm liking it. Apart from the horseshoe curve one, I think every new thing that we've looked at in Train Sim and Train Sim World 2 over the last month or so, a couple of months maybe, has actually been quite good. And horseshoe curve was okay. If you like freight, then it'd probably be for you. For me, it was just about the curve was quite well done, but apart from that, the rest of it was just going uphill slowly in a American freight train. Right, so Hanamaki is coming up in 2.5 kilometres. Oh, that was a useful bit of information then, Crispy. It's like, yeah, there's an old building, we built a new building. Right, 1.6k to go. Yeah, I'm liking this train. The modelling on the other one may have not been that fantastic. This is certainly modelled better. The other one, I think the actual modelling wasn't great. Well, that's true. I'm waiting for you to have some useful information. We may be waiting a while. There's some lights there. One red one, one green one. Does that mean the next one's going to be red if that one was green and then red? Alright, slowing it down. The directions. I've only just got my head around the English signalling system, let alone trying to work out signalling systems from around the world. Well, I sort of got my head around the English signalling system a little bit. I know bits of it. Hi, Rubber Duck. So we've certainly got away. I can't do the words. We've certainly got away from the high-speed line, haven't we? We were alongside it initially. I wonder if we'll meet back up with it again. We're going to have to, because the final stop is where the high-speed line also stops. So that must take a more direct route. Although this hasn't felt as long as... I don't know. And if that goes direct, why... Well, no, actually, we didn't start... where that one started, though, did we? We started further along, I think. Murasakino in 7.89 of the kilometres now. So Murasakino and then Kitakami, which is down there. Then we'll see if we can... I think there's only 2 different train types on the route. This is actually fairly quick. Oh, nearly. Although I am speeding now, it's going to lose me points. Oh, yay. Minus 19 points now. Oops. Definitely quite loud. You're not going to miss that horniness, are you? Yeah, like this. Like the high-speed one. Didn't think I would. Quite like this. So we'll see if we can find one we can jump back into on the high-speed and do that after this one. Yeah, quite like this train as well. With nobody on it. Oh, it's a foot pedal. I'm trying to look to see what's actually activating the horn. It's a little tiny foot pedal down here. foot operated horn. Again, it's a very straight track, isn't it? It's not really much with the bendiness. I still find it odd that we've got to do the horn thing at bridges. Is that in case someone's on the bridge? That still doesn't give much time to like jump off, does it? Alright, next station approaching. Yeah, it's actually quite good that it's 2 lines, technically. So the high-speed one is separate. It would have been quite interesting, I think, to take this on the high-speed one. Obviously, you could do that if you swapped trains. Just go flat out in this for like 140 kilometres, whatever it was. Yeah, definitely liking the route. Quite a few scenarios, 2 different types of trains I think. That's the only 2 I've spotted. And in we come. Oh, I didn't horn. I got penalised for not doing my horn. That little doorbell thing. Ding dong, ding dong. There's somebody at the door. Can someone get the door, please? All these people getting on, yet there's no one on the train. Where are they all going? Is this the train a portal to another world? Is that what it is? Could well be. Right, Kitagami in 4.62 of the kilometers. Which is the final stop for this run. Yeah, it's supposed to be a 60-minute scenario. How does that work? Start 6:39, arrive 7:28. How is that 60 minutes? Ah, they could be in the other carriage. No, can't see anybody. There is nobody on the train. It is definitely a ghost train. Okay, we've got a 55 coming up down here. There's gonna be some speeding. We'll apply some of the braking. Some more of the braking. Okay, we'll keep the brakes on then. because of the whole going downhill thing. Right, I need to get to Kami, where so we should meet back up again with the high-speed rail. Should. Ah, there it is over there. It's coming in from our left. Must be quite a major city, I'm guessing. Yeah, so there's the high-speed rail coming in on our left-hand side, so to link up with where we're going. That was quite cool. .2,000 population. Doesn't seem that big. Although I haven't got a clue how many people, half of what I'm about to say, I haven't even got a clue how many people live where I am. And opens the doors. So we've done a 45-minute scenario and an hour-long scenario, plus the waffling at the beginning and the loading times in an hour and 37 minutes. How does that work out? Timing of this scenario, definitely a bit off. Because I'm late. Well done, you've completed a scenario successfully. Quite a good one though, I like that. Lots of bing bonging going on. Okay, so that was that. Oh, okay, more point. I scored 60. Wow. If I'd have been horny, I would have been fine. Right, let's go and see if we can find the high speed one then. A littler one to finish off with. Isle of Widget. There we go. So Tohoku High Speed. So don't do the second one because that's broken. We can do that one though. No, that's the same one we just did. That's a 60-minute E5 40-minute. And this morning your driver Hayabusa 6 from Morioka send non-stop. Let's do that then. Let's do another high-speed run then. Let us do that. More of the high speeds. Today your drive Hayabusa number 6 bound for Sendai non-stop. Your maintained speed of 320 kilometers an hour for quite a long time. Okay. Have we got to let people on here? I'm guessing so. So it is go via, go via, go via, go via, and stop at Sendai. Okay. So we should then, if this speed thing works properly, we should just be able to leave this in position 6 and it will maintain the speed. I'm going to lose points, but I should be able to just leave it there We'll see if it actually does do that. So we're straight out of the station anyway to 160, currently an 80, and then it'll go up to a 320. Okay, go via Shin Hanamaki in 33k. Okay, so if we put that straight to number 6. Oh, remove the brakes. Probably help, wouldn't it? There we go. Let's see if it will just hold it at 80 kilometers an hour initially. If it will, I don't know if it'll get to that by the time we get to the 160 anyway. Yeah, it would have done. Yeah, it is. It's slowing us down to 80. We're losing points because it's taking us over it. Right, there we go. Now it's just going to take us straight to 160. So I've literally put it in position 6 on the speed and left it there. So I shouldn't have to touch that thing again until we come into stop at the other station. I wonder if it'll actually accelerate up to 320 though, leaving it in 6. I don't know if it will. It might do, it just might take a while to get there. Okay, so there's our 160. On with the brakes. Which the train does do automatically to try and keep it at that. It's literally holding itself back on the brakes. So yeah, points are coming down. I just want to see if we can just leave it in one position. It's literally fighting the train in it. It's like the train wants to accelerate, but it's holding it back on the brakes rather than coming off the throttle. Alright, here's the 320. And then that should be 320 all the way. It's just whether this 6 has got enough power to get us to 320. I don't know if it will. I think we're going to run out of steam or electricity. Yeah, so it's not advisable doing this because it's exceeding the speed limit all the time. You do lose points. But I just want to see if it can. Right, so there's our 320. Will it accelerate now to 320? Or will it just max out at a lower speed? There's 200. Okay, still accelerating. Not that rapidly, but we are still accelerating. I don't think it's going to get there. Okay, there's 250. I might get a bit of a push when we come down the other side of here if this drops back down again. Oh, I don't know now. 270. $280. I don't know if it's going to get there. Will it get us another 30 kilometers an hour? It's like trying to pull off in your car in like fifth. What was that car that in Top Gear Clarkson pulled off in like fifth gear and then took it up to like 150 miles an hour in one gear? Was that a Mercedes AMG or something? It's a bit like that, isn't it? You just keep it in power band number 6 and just, that's it. You need one gear. I think it's going to do it, you know. $16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, there we go. We did it. So now it will just come on and off the brake. So the points are going to be well into a minus. It was holding it before, but now it's applying more brake. Part of me wants to knock it back into 5th, but I said I was going to leave it in 6th, so I'm going to leave it there. End up like minus 4,000 points. Oh, facing the right way this time as well. Okay, so 9 kilometers to our first go via. Then it's Kitakami, where we've been already, and 22 kilometers. That I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that one. Mizu, Ichinoseki, down there in 63 kilometers. Kurkalama, 84 kilometers. Furukawa, 105 kilometers, and stop at Sendai in 143 kilometers. That ain't going to take long though at these speeds, even if I'm going to be severely in a minus by the time I get there. I need to trust it more with the slowing down as well. Last time it did slow us down from the 320 to the 160 on its own. This time maybe I need to trust it down to the, I'm guessing we'll get an 80 towards the end as well. So almost need to trust it with that. So yeah, haven't touched the speed control since we left. I just put it in position 6. Could have probably done it with 5, and it just might have taken a bit longer to get up to 320, and left it there. So it's now just holding the speed. Well, it is exceeding the speed, but you can see the brakes are coming on and off on their own. The train's doing that, I'm not. So if you wanted to do a train sim route that was extremely simple, you could just do this, couldn't you? Just get in the train, set the speed, you know, wander off, go make a cup of tea, come back, and it's still trundling along. Like Kitakami, which is where we just came with the slow train, is now in 12 kilometers. So we'll then see. We'll then see the slow line. Well, that's got to be a bit bouncy. Blimey, that's got to be a bit bouncy. We'll then see the slow line that we came in on. Yeah, a bit of rough track there. You might want to get it sorted out. just this speed is so impressive. So yeah, if you like Train Sim, normally on a Wednesday evening on Whaleway Wednesday is when I stream Train Sim, just doing an extra one for today. Tonight though, back with some American trucking in multiplayer at 6 p.m. and won't be before 6 p.m. It will actually be a 6 p.m. start tonight. Tomorrow lunchtime, some flight in MSFS, flying in upstate New York in the Grand Caravan. Tomorrow night is going to be some farming on a multiplayer farm. Monday lunchtime, something. Might do some more Train Sim, may do something else, we'll see. And then back on Tuesday with some OMSI, Wednesday with Train Sim. Thursday will be farming, and something next Friday. So plenty of stuff coming up over the rest of the Easter weekend, and plenty of stuff coming up over the next week. It's going good. Losing a lot of points, but going good. So here's Kitakami. That's where we just came into in that slow train. Whizzing straight through now. So we get a timeliness bonus, which sort of takes away some of the speeding losses. Laser Jorda, thanks very much for the follow. Welcome to the madness and insanity. So 15k to Mizu, we're going to call it, because I can't pronounce all that. Then Ichinoseki, Kurikoma, Furukawa, and then Sendai is where we will stop, hopefully. But I pulled off from the first station, put this into position number 6 on the speed, left it there. The train is now doing everything else, which is why we are losing points, because if you look, the brakes are applying themselves and coming off themselves. So I am speeding, so I'm losing points through speeding, and then it's accelerating again, and then it's applying the brakes. So it's doing that. I'm touching nothing. I haven't touched any of the controls since I pulled away from the first station. So it should maintain this speed. And last time when we did it, when the speed drops to a 160, it will slow the train down to a 160. It actually did it before it got to the 160. I want to try and be brave this time, assuming we're going to get an 80 as well before we approach the final station, that it'll then also slow it down to an 80. I'm not going to touch a thing until we get down to that speed. And hi Laser. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, really liking this. First time doing the DLC, really enjoying the route. We've just done a slow run. We've done 2, or this is the second quick route we've done. I'm really liking it. That's quite rapid, isn't it? I'm quite quiet now. So when we get to the next station to go via, we will gain some points, which will take away some of the minuses. So although we are losing points for speeding, we're not going to end up that bad, I don't think. But it says it's quite an easy route to do, because I'm just put the speed controller into 1 speed and left it there. It was fine. When we first did it, I think I backed off to number 5, so I should have really put it in 5. And I think the acceleration wouldn't have been so severe that we'd have lost points every time it crept into like the 321. So here's our next station. So 24 kilometers now for the next one. So it's a 320 kilometer flat out run for most of this track, which is pretty cool. And only a few stops to go. So there's the next one in 22k, 42k for Kurikoma, Furukawa 64k, and Sensai 102k. But the speed that we're whipping through these, look at the way the distance is just dropping off. That's just mad speeds. You can see why, as I said earlier, that it's quicker now to take the high-speed train than it is to fly. And isn't it that China or Japan has got more high-speed rail than the rest of the world put together? They're just really going for it. I think it'd be quite an experience to go on, because they are really precise with times, aren't they? They're down to like the second. So if the train's due to arrive at 8:34, it will arrive at 8:34. Whereas here, you know, in the UK, if the train's due to arrive at 8:34, it'll be somewhere before like 20 to 9 before it leaves or arrives, and that's fine. Just the distance between these stations, look, I've never seen it count down, and that's, you know, this little scrolling map at the bottom, I've never seen it move across that fast. Every second you're getting 89 meters closer to your station. Oh, you've worked it out. 89 meters a second. That's pretty quick. Definitely an impressive DLC. I quite like the slow run, like the slow train. This train, it's okay. It's not that very well modelled on the outside, I don't think. It's not fantastic in here, but it's you make up for that in the route itself. What's the speed that the trains go under the Channel Tunnel at? I know it was it someone said 255 kilometers an hour was the Faversham high speed. What's the speed that the trains travel at under the tunnel? Because when they eventually do manage to put out the Channel Tunnel thing, I just imagine it'd be like this, wouldn't it? Like 35 minutes of travelling through a tunnel at a speed. So back out into daylight again. It's definitely rapid. It's the fact that it's just applying the brakes on its own. I'm intrigued to see what happens at the other end. We know it will slow me down to 160. It did that before. Will it continue to slow me down to 80? I chickened out and applied the brakes, but I don't know if I needed to. So we're either going to go careering into the buffers if this is a terminal station, or we're just going to go whizzing past and run a red light. So the end of this journey could be quite interesting if I just don't brake. $100 miles an hour. Wow. Because it's quite bendy, isn't it? And it's quite an incline. It's not flat, so it's quite a descent and a climb, I suppose. And this thing's travelling at, what did we say earlier on, 198.8 miles an hour. trains themselves can go 186. So they're limited to 100. Wow. Safety reasons, I should imagine. Yeah, I'm not touching the controls, Don. The train's doing the work. I put it in position 6 when I... Oh, there's some broken textures. I don't think the textures can load quick enough. I put it in position 6 when I pulled away from the first station. The train's controlling the speed. I'm doing nothing. And it controls the speed by applying the brakes. Right, 13 kilometers to Kurikoma. It's actually quite relaxing, just sat watching the view out the front of the train. It reminds me of driving the Pacer, because in the Pacer I just leave a station, put the throttle on maximum, and that was it. You don't got to do anything else because it doesn't get to line speed. The train's just doing everything. Yeah, I'm minus a lot of points, but I don't care about that. Yeah, there's been a few routes we've done recently that I can recommend, this being one of them. So Kurikoma is there in 7 kilometers, Furukawa is 28 kilometers, and Sendai is only 67 kilometers away and approaching rapidly. Look at it. That's just ridiculous. Blimey. And yeah, I'm not going to touch the brakes, I'm not going to touch the throttle. I'm going to see how close this thing gets. It won't actually stop me because it doesn't have a 0 speed limit in the station, but it should slow me down to 80, providing the speed limit into the station area is 80. It will certainly slow me down to whatever the speed limit changes to, and we'll see what that is soon. So here's Kurikoma. Normally, when you're doing train sim, when you're watching that thing along the bottom, you're seeing the stations approach, fairly slowly, and you've got plenty of time to do stuff. Just the speed that thing's approaching is mad. Right, Furukawa is in 21k now. And then we've got the final stop, which will be our final stop for this one today when we get there. So we did the high-speed run from one end to the other end. Then we've done the little tiny commuter train, which is actually quite cool. And then another high-speed run. So yeah, good look at the DLC, and I really like it. I'm just doing this as an experiment to see if you can leave the power handle in one position and not touch it again until you have to brake approaching a station. And yeah, I'm going to lose a lot of points. So I think putting it in 5, I think would probably be the sweet spot. Because I think it may just get to line speed, and then it wouldn't be over quite so much. I think it might have been 5 that I had it in the first time and not 6, but we're leaving it there. Yeah, it's definitely a rapid bit of kit. I wonder what the constraints are, or whether they've actually peaked, or whether it's what's holding them back for getting these things going quicker. Whether it's traction, whether it's aerodynamics, power. You know, keeping the pantograph and keeping these wires tight, I should imagine, must be quite a feat. And keeping the pantograph connected to them must be a challenge at these speeds. But I wonder what stops them going faster. Whether it is bends like that back there that are the limiting factor, and whether it's easier to maintain one speed and have that apply across the whole track rather than have it like slow down for a bend and then speed up for a straight and slow down again. So that's probably less efficient. High. So yeah, I wonder what it is that stops them going even quicker. So whether it's that 320 kilometers an hour means that the thing can keep this speed and maintain it. It could probably go a lot quicker on these straights, but then would have to brake heavily or brake to go round a tighter bend and then accelerate. And that's probably more difficult to maintain times on. Whereas they know that when the train hits the 320 limit, it's going to be at 320, and it'll be at 320 until it hits the 160 limit. So they know then, based on that, how long it'll take exactly for the train to get from that point to that point. So from a timing point of view, you want a train doing a constant maximum speed for as long as you can. So you know exactly it's going to take 18 minutes to get from there to there, because every single train is going to be doing 320. If you've got to allow for someone slowing down for a bend and then accelerating again, you're going to have more marker points along the way that it isn't doing track speed. So yeah, it's probably to maintain a constant speed, I should imagine. Anyway, we're only 37k now away from the final destination. I'm not touching the power handle. It's an experiment to see if I could leave it in one position from pulling away from the first station and leave it there until I have to brake into the final station. When we did this the first time round, it did slow me down to 160 and actually got me to 160 before the speed limit changed on track. There was an 80 limit after that, but I didn't trust it enough to slow me down to 80. So I'm intrigued now to see if it will do that. But it's a case of how far out it does it, with 33 kilometers away. So at some point I think we'll hear a bing bong and the speed will reduce. It was about 10k out, I think, wasn't it, last time that we went down to a 160, but then the 80 was quite close to the final station. Because it wants to keep accelerating, it's going to be quite hard on the brakes for it to slow me down. So another train coming the other way. It's actually really relaxing. Just imagine it's one of those things, if you actually are a passenger on here, you don't really sort of, I suppose you do get a sense of speed. But yeah, it's like being on a plane. Alright, 21k to go. At some point, hopefully, we'll get the reduced speed limit. And the train will slow itself down. And saying last time it slowed itself down in advance of the speed limit change. So when it hit the 160, it was doing 160. There's a lot of tunnels coming up. $15k to go. I'm just waiting now for this reduced limit to appear. It's got to be soon. Yeah, it can hardly load the track in time because we're going that quickly. Imagine passing in a tunnel would be quite interesting from a... Oh, there we go. Right, so there's the Bing Bong. So that's now put the top display at 160. So it will start slowing down itself. Hopefully. I'm not touching a thing. Come on, train. Do the braking thing. Don't let me down with 10k out now. There's only 6 miles to come down from 198 miles an hour. I'm getting nervous. Oh, there we go. Okay, right. So braking has begun. And there's our 160. So it ain't like it was last time. It'll be bang on the 160 when we pass that. Oh, I don't know though. Is that going to be... It's going to be tight. No, it's fine. Right, so 160. Right, and now an 80 has come up. So, will it slow me down to an 80 now? Because this is the bit I didn't trust last time. I've still got the speed set on number 6. Haven't touched it since we pulled away from the first station. Will it slow me down? 5 kilometers to go. It's holding me at 160 and it's applying the brakes quite a lot to hold it back because the train just wants to accelerate. Come on. Slow it down. Please slow it down. There's our 80. It's not doing it. It's not slowing me down. Okay, 3 kilometers to go. Okay, perhaps it won't slow me down to the 80 then. No. Okay. No. Okay, so it'll slow me down to the 160. It won't slow me down to the 80. Oh, no, it is. It is. I haven't touched it yet. It's left it a bit late though, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to bring the power off now. So, because I brought the power off, it then didn't carry on slowing down. So that was my bad, but it would have done that. That's quite cool. Emergency brake setting. Why have you put the emergency brake on? I didn't put the emergency brake on. You're applying the emergency brake. Literally, the station's there. Why are you applying it? Why are you applying the emergency brake, train? Oh, I bet I've got to apply the brakes again. Hang on. And then release them again. Okay, have I got to apply them all the way to emergency? You can't fail me now, train. Not this close to the station. No, it's not going to let me go, is it? It just kept the brakes locked on. I can't release the brakes. Is that the point then? Is that where we got to end it? Literally that far from the station? Is that going to be it? It's just not even going to let me finish the route, is it? Yeah, I've just hit the emergency brake release. So maybe putting it on and off again. Yeah, they're just not releasing. You can see that the brake pressure isn't coming down. Just stuck at 6 bar. Well, it looks like there should be a reset. Isn't. There's only emergency brake one. Yeah, brakes are stuck on. I can't even move, Captain. They're just not. Not releasing at all. Well, on the displays, nothing there. Cruise control. Now you tell me I got bloody cruise control. Well, it looks like it's not releasing brake pressure. Apologise for the inconvenience, but the train is emergency brake locked. You now have to walk to the station. Well, yes, at least it's not very far. Oh, there we go then. we will quit to the main menu. So close. Just so close. That was cool, though. There we go, then. It would have ended just after we lived anyway. There we are. My first look at the Tohoku High Speed rail. I really, really liked it. More trains then back, possibly Monday lunchtime, but for certainly back on Wednesday evening. Next stream, though, back from me is in pretty much precisely 4 hours' time. Back with some American trucking. Driving from Los Angeles north this evening with a normal bunch of idiots, I assume. Tomorrow lunchtime, some flight. Tomorrow night, some multiplayer farming. And then, say, something on Easter Monday lunchtime. So thanks to you lot in chat for keeping me company for the last 2 hours and 21 minutes. And to this lot as well. So thanks to Pontaboy for the bits, to Blinky, Crispy, Dylan, Larwood and Nightbot for doing no moderation, to Laser Jordan and Riley for following. Thank you very much indeed. I will be back with some idiots in 4 hours' time for some trucking. Until then, if you have been, thanks very, very much for watching.